Welcome to week 8 of the AWIHL season for the first meeting of the Sydney Sirens and the Brisbane Lightning here at Boondall Iceworld. Brisbane's coming off a double home victory versus the Melbourne Ice last week, and return import Emma Woodridge gained 9 points last weekend. Meanwhile, the Sirens played the Perth Inferno at Newcastle, losing both games. Lightning are currently sitting at number 3 in the division, just behind the Melbourne Ice, and the Sirens are at number 4 and would like to widen that gap with number 5 ranked Adelaide Rush, I am sure. I am Amy Hubble on the call today with Lachlan Eels for color. Lachlan, what do you expect to see today?
Well, it's going to be a great game. These two teams haven't faced up yet this season because of the events outside of everyone's control that happened down in Sydney, seeing that these guys shared that series. But Brisbane coming into this one, in the games they have played, 6-game winning streak coming into this one, and they're really the team to watch out for right now, other than Perth, obviously, who is still sitting pretty at the top of the ladder at 10-1. But last week, you talked about Emma Woodridge coming back into this lineup and what a difference she made. This top lineup right now looks like one of the best lines in the entire league. Just the way that they were able to use the puck, move it around, and just caused Melbourne Ice all sorts of problems on top of the ice. Emma Woodridge, 5 points in the Sunday game alone. But it was really the back end where we saw things really start to take shape for Brisbane, and they had a great performance in back. Kayla Arthur, the questions were asked. It was only her 4th AWIHL start on Saturday after we saw Katie Meyer away in Poland with the national team, and it looked like she was the regular starter. She was in there extremely confident. I think it was 37 saves in a shutout performance, which was really kind of the momentum that Brisbane rode into Sunday, and they took an 8-5 win there. So Brisbane really a team to watch for right now in the league. A couple players to watch, though. We just talked about it before, though. Kayla Arthur, 3-1 on the season right now. She's got a 1 shutout, and she's got a goals against average of only 2.25, which is one of the better ones in the league, and a save percentage of .914. But on the other side, there's dangerous players as well, extremely dangerous players for Sydney, and one of them we saw with 2 goals last weekend. It's the import from Moorhead, Minnesota. It is Shelby Gatormson, and she has one of the more impressive resumes you will see in this league. 4 years at Shattuck St. Mary, which, if you know anything about ice hockey, is one of the premier high school programs in the entire world. They have an incredible program there, and she was a 4-year starter there, racking up about average of 20 points a season. So she's a contributor. She's a defenseman, but she likes to go up the ice as well and contribute from the front. We see she has a bunch of points already this year, 12 points, and she's producing a lot. So 4 years as well at Minnesota State University, and she's come here now to Sydney, 20 points already. And she's been an incredible performer for them so far. But right now, about a minute to go here in the game, a couple keys for both sides. We saw penalties last week for the Melbourne Ice really were the downfall for them. And we saw a lot of them on Sunday. Brisbane spent most of the game on the power play there, and they took a lot out of the Melbourne Ice team, who were chasing the game from the start. So both sides here will want to keep out of the box and keep it 5-on-5 for most of this game. Another thing that we saw Brisbane do really well was counter on the rush. They defended extremely well, which was the platform for them to lift forward. They stretched the puck extremely well, and they created a lot of odd opportunities, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, and they finished a couple very easy goals that way on the back end. So Sydney are definitely going to watch out for that. But Sydney are hungry right now. They're still in this. They still got a lot to fight for on the season. After taking 2 losses last weekend, they're definitely going to want to come out fighting here this week.
I just want to give a quick shout out to the under-18 women who are just back from Poland. We do have Katie Meyer, as you mentioned, who is back from the tournament. Also on the Brisbane side, we have Georgia Watts, who's currently playing in Canada. She has previously played for the Lightning, and she was the captain of the Australian team. And Soren Powell, the defender, who is not playing today. And on the other side, I got to know Bella Ma pretty well. She's a defender for the Sirens. And Ellen and Annika Schmitz as well both played. All right, we're getting ready for the formalities. And we do have an exciting puck drop today, so when that's ready to go, I will talk about those celebrities. officials, our referee today is Tony Paolo, and the lines people are Mark O'Brien and Tommy Harkness. We do have the puck drop that's about to happen. It is the famous Those Carter Boys, Lachlan and Bailey. They are Australia's biggest sports fans, social media personalities. You can find them on TikTok if you would like to. They're known for their travel, sports, and lifestyle content, and they are wearing their Australian colors today and coming out to center ice.
If you don't follow these guys are hilarious.
They are hilarious.
They do incredible content.
I don't go on to TikTok every day, but I did go on to check them out, and they have quite a following. And all the giggles in the house. No puck for the puck drop, so we're just going to get that to them. And taking some photos as well for their socials, I think. And there we are.
Double puck drop this week.
Just for fun. Sarah Edney's out there with both captains and Kelly Costa as well.
The season she's had. Sarah Edney, 21 points, leading the Sirens at this point. They're definitely going to want her to produce as well as all the other forwards this weekend.
While we're just waiting for them to finish up, I did want to give another shout out to Sarah Kinnaman, who has officiated here for us for a long time in Brisbane. She'll be heading over to Turkey. I saw her on the AW while I was away. Last week she was officiating in Newcastle as well for the Sirens game that you might have seen last week.
Down behind the net, got a couple Sirens fans there getting ready for puck drop as well there, just to the left of them.
Just off screen right now, you can see them. They've got their posters ready to go behind the goalies. We'll see who the starting goalies are today. Keep an eye out. It looks like Ella Licari will be starting for the Sirens. I expect Kayla Arthur will be starting for the Lightning, but we will just confirm that. Tommy Harkness will be the referee-in-chief. I don't know why I wrote that down incorrectly, but that is correct. Lachlan has corrected me. Thank you, Lachlan, for that. Tommy Harkness, referee, lines people, Tony Paolo, and Mark O'Brien.
So we are just getting set here for puck drop, week 8 of the AWIHL season here in Brisbane. The skies are looking a little bit gray outside, but they hope the only lightning strikes will be inside here tonight in Brisbane, hoping to extend their streak to 7 games unbeaten as they continue their charge to final. Just looking at the ladder right now, the Inferno on top, the Melbourne Ice still second after last weekend. Brisbane caught 6 points up on them. They are in third. The Sydney Sirens just behind them in fourth at 16, so they are holding on to that final playoff position right now. But Adelaide are right on their heels. We're underway.
Ali Fisher won that face-off for the Lightning, and it's going back to the defense. Interrupted momentarily, and now coming the other direction. Entering the zone is Lindsay Killinick. Puck stripped off of her. Guttormson, who we just talked about, that carried for just a second. And back over to Emma Woodrich now, coming in, trying to set up a play. She has Fisher. And a whistle.
Yeah, the net's just come off here. I think Brisbane doing something very good early here. This brought the entire attention down here to the corner of the ice when they brought the puck down. Good stick handling. But they've also had 2 shooters lining up here in this slot, trying to beat them on that back post. We saw them do it effectively last weekend, already trying to recreate that success this weekend. Face off now to the left. No shots on target. About 25 seconds gone.
Nita Crompton now in center, ready to go. And that one goes across to Courtney Mahoney. She's got number 91, Kelsey Lang, the alt captain, in the fray. Crompton picks it back up again, back to Mossman, and picked up now by Lang again. And they're setting up a play and trying to enter the zone. Almost went offside, but the Sirens are now clearly in. Newmark's chasing LaPlante. LaPlante sends it across to Mossman. Mossman puck handles for a moment and then decides to carry it a little bit further, giving it to alt captain Brown. Poked away by number 19, Miconi. Big collision in front of us, but quite accidental at the same time. And now across the red line, picked up by Newmark. Newmark sending it back to LaPlante. LaPlante playing keep away. And now the Sirens. Lots of neutral territory play for the moment. Players keep getting tangled up. Alex McDonald with the puck, setting up a pass, trying to get it to Charlotte Kelly. And back into Sydney territory we go. Lang again with the puck, creating a little bit of space, but McDonald forechecking and passing out of the zone, picked off again by Sinclair. Sinclair sends it back to, I think that's Grace Kalambokis, and then sending it back into the zone, into Sydney's territory. Sydney now controlling the puck once again. Off of the boards, bouncing out, coming back, and Kelly Costa will pick that one up easily. She's being followed by Annika Schmitz. And back into Bella Ma. Bella Ma sends it, tries to send it out, doesn't clear the zone. Woodrich sends it over to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald passing it out front. Brisbane not able to take advantage of that opportunity. Woodrich just calmly takes control, sends it across Lakari instead. Fitzgerald, you do see the power of this new lineup now that we have the 2 imports on line 1. Creates a really different dynamic for the Lightning. I'm seeing this for the first time in person.
Yeah, they've been incredible. As we see here, they almost created another chance. But the other thing it's done is it's allowed Brisbane to kind of match their second line with any top line, which is a luxury any team wants to have. Sydney are going to dump this one in and get a change.
Back to Amanda Dixon to pick that up while Sydney sends out some fresh legs. Woodrich passing to Fitzgerald again. Fitzgerald shovels it over to Brown. Brown dumps it into the zone, being chased down by Gabby Arps. Arps has some speed, still not controlling the puck though. Brown trying to get in the way, kept in by Mahoney. Mahoney pushing forward. She has Crompton again. This line too is a very strong line for the Lightning, and we'll see what they're able to produce. Good battle in the boards. Coming onto the stick of Brown, and still in control Crompton. Just a little bit of back and forth. Now Sydney's going to pick that up and try to pass it out. LaPlante almost able to stop it, creates a breakaway for Contormson. Contormson has Mossman in front of her. She shoots high and wide, and it bounces out to the other side. She picks up her own puck, but sends it out of the zone. Back to Lang. Lang quite confident, backing off a little bit. She dumps it in. Not hard enough to go for icing. Mossman sends it straight back the other way and picked up again by Lang. Lang passing it to Gatormson. Gatormson setting up a play. Back to Gatormson, a little bit of back and forth, caught in the feet of Mossman. Mossman's doing a good job of getting in the way as necessary. Alex McDonald there pressuring as well. Shot from Gatormson, first save for Kayla Arthur. 1 shot so far in this game, and that was it. And we're at 16:07 in the first period, coming back out of the Lightning zone. LaPlante coming in, controls the puck, no offside, sends it back, and she goes for a change. Meanwhile, we have Killenick and McDonald ready to pressure that puck. Popped out. Fitzgerald, nice stick work from Fitzgerald, but Lang in control. Lang now sending it across and sent back in immediately by Captain Kelly Costa. Newmark takes a little shot, goes wide. Woodrich now picking that up, keeping it away from number 19, McConey. Back out to Poppy Noon. And Newmark sends it straight back into the corner. Grace Kalambokis following that puck.
Brisbane doing a very good job of clogging the lanes right now. Both sides are, as you see there, with an interception, but Brisbane pushing forward here now.
Fitzgerald looks faster this week than I have seen her ever. She is giving everything good setup. Kelly Costa with a shot on. Woodridge collecting it now behind the net. Back out to Costa. Costa in deep, trying to get it over to Fitzgerald. Back to Woodridge. Woodridge sending it over to Kelly Costa. We've got 1 defender in the back, standing there in a big mess in front of Lakari. She'll be feeling that pressure. Woodrich still in control. She sends it across to Kalambokis. Kalambokis now in. No defenders standing too far back at the moment. And Kalambokis still following. Kalambokis, who's played forward for the Lightning quite a bit this season, but back in defense now. York tries to take a pass across. Killenick just skates past that. She takes control nonetheless. She's being followed by Edney. And Killenick keeping it away. Number 3 and number 3. Back out of the zone we go. Straight across. Goes past Payne. Payne's going to get there, but Mahoney's pushing her off of the puck and taking control herself. She's back behind the net. She has Crompton out front. She's just skating around, taking her time, setting up a play over to Rapchuk. Rapchuk sends it back around to Crompton. No, back over to Brown. That one pops up and back to Crompton. Crompton changing direction. She's being hunted by the Sirens. Shot from Dixon. Mahoney tried to tip that in, wasn't able to do so, and now sending back out of the zone are the Sirens coming up. Cockrell with the puck, number 36, back behind Arthur. An attempted shot. I don't think that quite got to Arthur. Another setup for number 36, Cockrell, but she also couldn't get the play off. Rapchuk sends it across. Somebody lost their glove. I think it was Amanda Dixon. And it comes back out for Mahoney. Mahoney entering up the far side of the ice, across to Kelly. Kelly loses an edge, giving the Sirens an opportunity. We haven't seen Kelly start too much in this game. She's come in later in the games. It's good to see her back out there. I believe she was a Gowanus player in the past and has come back to the Lightning in the past 2 years. She also played for the Boxall team. Newmark trying to get that out of the zone, does so successfully. Back across the other side to Gatormson. Gatormson being pressured by Sinclair. She dumps it into the corner. LaPlante with the puck. LaPlante backhands it to Mossman. Those two are quite a pair. Two Canadian defenders, both extremely strong. Meanwhile, Sinclair tapping it to Kelly, but not able to reach it. Kelly's offside, has to reset. Newmark's going to enter in the opposite direction. She takes a shot off the boards, bounces off around the other side, trying to get it to her teammate. And another shot and a save, and the first whistle, 12:38.
Yeah, what a period so far here. Been very back and forth going here. Both sides really doing a good job of clogging up the lanes here. We see here, there's a first replay here. We see Fitzgerald driving down and trying to find someone in the lane, and a good save there. And at the other end, we saw a good save as well, as Arthur was forced into action here. I was about to say early, but nearly halfway through this first period.
Just 2 shots for the Sirens and 1 for the Lightning so far in this period in the first 8 minutes, and a whistle.
And it looks like we're going to have our first penalty here of the game.
Looked like an offside call, but they were in deep, so I'm not sure what happened.
No, it will just be an offside.
Ready to reset. Fitzgerald and Ebony Brunt.
So we hadn't seen a whistle for about 7.5 minutes.
And then
we've got 2.
Coming out of the zone now, back to Bella Ma. Bella Ma pushing that puck forward, but it goes to Fitzgerald's stick, which is not where you want it to go. Ma doing a great job defending. She was fantastic for Australia. Shot on Lakari, easy save for her. Coming back out now. I think that is York, but it's taken away by Annie Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald plays defense very well when she's skating backwards into her own zone. She follows the breakout and is usually able to break it up a lot of times before it gets started.
So, for whatever reason, Brisbane not getting too many shots on in the first part of this period. Number 2, Brunton trying to take it in. Yeah. And there's the puck over to Fitzgerald again. Fitzgerald, long pass to Killinick. Killinick's going to enter the zone on the near side of the ice. She's through traffic, trying to take a shot, interrupted. And Payne trying to do something with that. Costa again in deep. So Brisbane again opting for that structure where the defense able to take the puck in and just keep the pressure up. Gatormson able to get around and off the boards. Mahoney's going to collect. Mahoney pushed into the boards strongly, and Rapchuk coming in to assist to get that puck out. Gatormson doesn't seem bothered one bit. Number 3 taking a shot. That one went, I think it was blocked and then went up behind. Rapchuk getting the puck away over to Brown. Brown now has Rapchuk with the puck. Rapchuk, defender, passing across to Crompton. Crompton takes a shot. It got blocked by Payne and just hits the boards now with the second attempt. And another shot on by Rapchuk. A third shot on. All the players flying everywhere. Abby Brown with a chance. She just whiffs on the puck, and it's coming out the other side now with Amanda Dixon between, and a save from Kayla Arthur.
Yeah, Edney getting the shot on there. Picking up on a mistake there at the blue line. Brisbane's game right now is pretty evident, though. We see here on the replay, Edney picks this one up, and she's going to skate it down and get a shot on. Arthur sees it the whole way. Brisbane's game plan right now is pretty evident. They're kind of driving down to the baseline, trying to get down to the pipe and dish one to the slot. Hasn't worked so far, but we saw it work to good success last week. They're trying to recreate that here, but Sydney looks wise to it so far here early.
That faceoff was won by Kate Sinclair for the Lightning. Puck just floating there. McDonald not able to get there in time. It's popped out to the skates of Mossman, who's trying to send it back in, and still in neutral territory. Back to Newmark. Newmark taking a shot on. Oh, and it's just floating there. Scary moment. Trying to get it back to Kayla Arthur. She didn't realize that it popped straight out, and it was floating for anyone to grab.
Yeah, scary moments there at the back end for Brisbane. Sydney, their bench got very excited here as they looked to pounce on it there. You see, she thought she had it covered up there, and it popped out, and then it looks like maybe it got stuck to the ice there. Maybe a little bit of a soft patch of ice there in the crease. Who knows? We'll see if that becomes a factor as this game continues. 9:57 to go in the first period.
That faceoff was won by the Sirens. Shot goes a little bit wide, and number 19, McConey, sending that back out, and now collected by Woodrich. Woodrich making a little bit of space, good timing, sends it into the corner for Fitzgerald, but Sydney gets there first. Number 61, Cleo Mayer, was with that puck and pops it out to Caruso. Caruso passing across Newmark amazingly was able to collect that pass backwards. That one sent back out the other side to Brunt. Brunt collecting, passes it across to Payne. Payne sending it out, picked up by Woodrich, stripped off very quickly by Brunt. Taken away by Grace Kalambokas. She sends it back out again. And here we go, number 71, Emma Woodrich with power, back and forth. This is something that Coach Matt Meyer has talked to the ladies about quite a bit this season. Don't go into traffic if you don't have to. So there is a lot of puck carrying into traffic, and now we have an arm in the air. It's going to be against the Lightning, and here we go.
Yeah, it'll be the first penalty against the Lightning here tonight, and it's going to be a hook. So Sydney getting to go on the player-up advantage here first. And Brisbane have done very well on the penalty kill this year. They're killing at about in the mid-80s%. Sydney going to look to try and get something going here early. 8:50 to go here in the first period. They've had the slight edge in the shots on target, but now they get to go to work on the power play early. Face off here to the left of Kayla Arthur.
That penalty is on Nita Crompton, one of the higher penalized players for the Lightning. So they will be missing her in this moment, and another whistle.
And we've got a hook here going the other way now, it looks like. So time for some 4-on-4 hockey by the looks of it here.
It's going to be on number 15, who is incredulous, Stephanie Newmark, going to the box now. So just 6 seconds of difference between the two penalties.
So we will see a lot of open ice here now. Newmark only her third penalty on the season. One of the more disciplined players in the Sydney Sirens team. So 8:44 here to go.
Sarah Edney with the face-off. That one popped out by Sydney. A little bit of back action play that might not have been on camera, which was very entertaining for me to watch. Now taken by LaPlante back to Mossman. 4-on-4 hockey is fun to watch. They're coming back out of the zone now. Kilinik tripped. There's another arm in the air. And just as Lang took control, there will be another penalty for tripping on the Sirens. It will be 4-on-3, it looks like.
I was going to say, if you like 4-on-4 hockey, it's time for some 4-on-3 hockey. Brisbane with the advantage and our first meet at Billy's power play of the weekend.
That's Guttormson going into the box.
And you see, the stick just gets caught in there. And that's going to be a trip every time. And I was about to talk about how the referees had kind of been letting a lot go here in the first period, but a couple calls here in a sequence, and there's a lot of open ice. 4-on-3 here now, face off to the left of the Sirens net.
Edney won that one and cleared it, sending it back. Arthur decided to leave it float for Mossman to collect, and Edney pressuring as she can when it is 4-on-3. Kilinik sending it across to LaPlante. LaPlante has time. Edney, good forechecking, but gets it over to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald trying to set something up, just leaves it behind for Kilinik, creating an opportunity for Sarah Edney now. Edney dragging it across. Confident. Good save by Arthur.
That was with her face.
I didn't know if she swiped it with her hand or if it did hit her face.
That caught her right in the mask. Great stick handling, created a good shot there, and I think that was a bit more luck than it was skill. But either way, we are still tied here, 0-0.
Rapchuk brought that into the zone, leaves it to Emma Woodrich. Woodrich stick handling. She takes a shot and gloved by Lakari.
Lakari with a good save there, yeah. Both teams creating an opportunity here in a quick succession. We got about 38 seconds on the Lightning penalty, and then it will be 5-on-3 for about 10 seconds or so. So Brisbane looking to create a prime opportunity here. Woodrich will win this faceoff.
Back to Dixon. Dixon to Rapchuk. Rapchuk over to Mahoney. And Mahoney back over to Dixon. Dixon takes a shot on Lakari. There was a big opening there. Rapchuk now trying to bobble it in if they can. Big mess in front of the net and a whistle.
Brisbane working really well horizontally there, creating a very scary moment. Lakari just covers up at the end of that and decides to have no further part in that dangerous affair. We see here on the replay, the first shot is created by that pass, all alone there. The big rebound is created, and the secondary chance not able to be buried.
Whitridge won the face-off, and now with Dixon trying to take a shot. Back over to Whitridge. Whitridge to Rapchuk. Rapchuk back to Dixon. Dixon resettles it. Back to Whitridge. That one, a shot, save. Loose puck. Now shoveled out of the zone. I think that might have been Newmark shoveling that out of the zone and back out. That first penalty is clear. It's now 5-on-3 for 2 seconds. Back into the boards it goes on a whistle. I think that will be an icing call.
Yeah, it will be, and we're going to have 5-on-4 for about 17 seconds here. Great save by Lakari, keeping her skate strong up against the post and keeping that puck out of the back of the net. Both sides here creating chances, and the temperature of this game is getting turned up a little bit here late in the first. 6:42 here to go.
We started a rapid-fire game, and now we've slowed down to a grind. His shots are 7-7, evenly matched. Woodrich now coming up the boards and dumping it in. Weird bounce, recontrolled by Lakari. Now on the stick of Newmark. Newmark decides to dump that puck. Not icing, but that penalty has come off. We are even strength again. Score still 0-0 at 6:18 in the first period. Out to Brown, popped over to Lang. Lang dumps it off the boards back in, and Kelly Costa now will collect the puck and send it out. Coming up, that was Sinclair passing it up to Nita Crompton, the alt captain. Crompton, oh, just Abby Brown just couldn't stop.
Just drifted offside, yeah. That was a little miscommunication there, and I think Crompton's going to disagree with it, but offside all the way.
Definitely offside, right call, and coming out now would be the third line. Kate Sinclair, very good at winning her faceoffs. We'll see how she goes against Ebony Brunt. That one controlled by Brunt. Back to Ma, and coming up to York. York entering the zone. She takes a shot, good save from Arthur. Over to Schmitz, and another poked out of the way by Arthur. And coming up again on the stick of Alex McDonald, bringing it into the zone, but no one there for backup yet. That one gets past McDonald. Players tangled up behind the play. 3 Lightning players were caught in the Sydney zone behind the action.
And there's offside here coming the other way, so Sydney kind of shooting themselves in the foot here after creating a opportunity. Back here to the Arthur save, though. York drives the puck there and gets a shot in, and a very, very comfortable save there. As Arthur already with 8 on the night, Lakari with 7.
Sorry, Edney won that face-off. Now going back to Mossman. Mossman looking to clear the zone, but Gatormson takes control. Looking confident with the puck, no problem. She's going to take a shot. That one redirected up and over, and back for the Sirens. They pop it out, poked away by Arthur, and coming up the ice now with speed is Fitzgerald. One-on-one, number 27 drags across, but number 27 takes that away. That was Gabby Arps. And she is a very competent player, as we know, in defense. Mossman trying to get it out of the zone, gets it to Killinick. Killinick off the boards, weird bounce, picked up by Katormson, who's going to easily set something else up. She's in the zone now, looking for a play. Oh, just stopped by... stopped by Edney, and then another shot on Arthur.
What a save by Kayla Arthur.
That was a great save by Kayla Arthur.
I don't think she saw it. I think that was all by feel. She felt it hit her pad and immediately was able to shut it down. We'll see it here on the replay here.
There were a lot of bodies.
Was able to get a puck there in front of Edney. Just able to get a shot on Arthur. What a save there. Covers it up. 4:37 here to go in the first period. Face off to the right of Arthur.
McOney won that face-off quite easily, and it's back around behind Arthur now. Grace Kalambuckas trying to get that out. Crompton redirects it into the corner. Newmark sending it out. Another save, but another opportunity for the Sirens. They're getting several shots on now. Newmark shovels it back into the corner, and Kelly Costa trying to take control, but she's tangled up. Back out of the zone. Picked up by Mayer, and back over to Courtney Mahoney, who enters in. Puck left behind, picked up again by the Sirens. There's going to be a call on the Sirens for slashing, I believe.
Yeah, the stick just got away from her there, it looks like, and it's going to be a slash. So Brisbane going on another meet at Billy's power play. And with 4:04 to go here, a perfect time for them to get a goal in their opinions, in their mind. Late goals like this, always momentum changers too, going into the dressing room. It changes the entire approach for the coach that they got to go in with that team talk in between the periods. And you know, Brisbane would love to do that here.
I think the Sirens won that face-off, and they're taking control, trying to get that out. Edney moves it out of the zone and all the way down the other end. Crompton's going to go and collect it. Crompton with the puck behind the goal, waiting for Brunt to engage, not wanting to. She sets it up to her player, over to Killinick. Killinick coming up the boards, coming into the zone now, looking for an opportunity. Good defensive structure from the Sirens. Killinick still has control of the puck. She decides to take a shot, goes wide over to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald sends it back to LaPlante. LaPlante leaves it back again for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald weaving her way through, trying to take a shot, blocked. LaPlante with an opportunity, also helped by Crompton, floating out to Killinick. Killinick now, again with the puck, settling it, leaving it for Woodrich. Woodrich coming in. She takes a shot. Lakari sent that up and over. Nice play by Lakari, swept clear by the Sirens, 3:02.
What a nifty little shift there at the blue line to create that opportunity, and a great save by Lakari keeps this one tied.
Killinick waiting and sends it over to Crompton again. Crompton sending it up to Woodridge. Woodridge has McConey coming after her. She gets it into Crompton. Crompton takes a shot, blocked by Bella Ma. Nice play by Bella. And over again to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald sweeping across to Mahoney. Mahoney, hard pass that was, and that one blocked again by the skate of Bella Ma. Fitzgerald with the puck again, waiting to clear the zone, still in control. Over to Mahoney. Mahoney entering in. She bobbles it forward. She goes down, and Mayer has the puck now for the Sirens. That one comes out of the zone. Official had to get out of the way. Mossman sends it into Costa. Costa playing a very offensive defense. A shot and a save by Lakari.
Shifty move there to kind of hold up the defender and create an inch of space there. It was a good job by the defender marking player on player. We'll see it here on the replay. The pass into Costa, and immediately gets out there to shut her out, but immediately creates the half-inch of space there with that little half deke. And the shot on target and another save. Both goaltenders holding strong here with 7 seconds to go here on the power play. The meet at Billy's power play.
I just want to say Kelly Costa took that face-off. I don't think I've ever seen her take a face-off in my history of watching these games, and that was really nice to see. Courtney Mahoney now with the puck, being pressured by Bella Ma, and that penalty has cleared the clock. We are even strength. That one just goes past Costa. She's trying to get in there and sends it back around to Brown. Brown also getting pressured, sitting on another player for the Sirens. And here we go. That one sent out of the zone, back to Edney. And Edney has Rapchuk in front of her on guard. She takes a shot. Good save by Arthur. Wasn't clear if that was going to be clear of the net, but it was. Mossman sending it forward. Just goes out of the zone, sent back in. It will be offside for the Sirens.
Yeah, just creeped out of the zone there, and Sydney not clearing the zone themselves. The shots on target just now even here, 10 on 10. We see here right now on the replay just creating another shot there, and Kayla Arthur standing strong as both goaltenders have to this point. A minute 21 here to go in this first period. We are still scoreless.
Sinclair won that face-off for the Lightning, and another offside call. No, hand pass?
Yeah, it looks like a hand pass there.
Hand pass.
So it's going to come out of the zone here because of that. Brisbane's power play woes continue here. One of the worst, probably the worst power play percentage in the league.
I was going to ask you how they went last weekend. I think they did get a power play goal.
They got two, so they raised their percentage up to about 8%.
Nice setup from the Sirens, but Guttormson wasn't able to get that. I think it was saved by Arthur. No, it was not counted as a shot.
Looks like a stick got into the skates, and that happened twice there. So
Sinclair's gone down. Arps is no wait, that's not Arps. That's number 27. Oh, it was Arps. Sorry. And another shot on, which just goes wide of Arthur. Now LaPlante. 42 seconds remaining in the first period. trying to get a little bit of rhythm going. That one goes past Kilinik, picked up on the other side by Noon, and back out to Annika Schmitz for the Sirens. No one in control of the puck at the moment, really. LaPlante trying to do something. Fitzgerald there as well. Pop back out for Schmitz. Schmitz trying to do something, and now a breakaway opportunity for Emma Woodrich with 16 seconds remaining. Good timing. That one looked like it was going to go in the net.
Lakari stands very strong.
Yeah.
Woodrich, I think, just tried to do a little too much there at the end. Maybe got a little in her head, got caught up in the deke, whichever one it was, and just carried the puck into the skates of the goaltender. You see here, he just kind of tried to do a little too much with it, and great job to cover that puck up and keep it out of the net. We are still scoreless.
11.9 seconds left in the first period. Shots are now 12 for the Lightning and 10 for the Sirens. A lot of energy.
Maybe enough time for a draw and a shot here.
Kilinik now taking the face-off for the Lightning. She kicks that one back to Fitzgerald, but it is controlled by the Sirens. They're trying to get a quick play off. Amanda Dixon's going to chase that down. And an icing call against the Sirens.
Yeah, and ice is going to give Brisbane maybe a half chance here to take an immediate shot off the draw and see what they can create. But if not, we are going to the first intermission, tied here at 0-0. What has been a very exciting, very fast-paced game of ice hockey here so far. And both sides it's going to come down to who wins more of the little moments, 50-50, a lot of 50-50 pucks in the neutral zone here. So the face-off to the right.
That one controlled by Brunt, and that will be a buzzer for the first period.
And just comfortably dealt with there. Yeah, Brisbane not able to create anything off the draw, so we will head into the break tied. And we will be back here in about 15 minutes' time for the second period of action. A lot to play for here. And there are 3 points still well and truly up for grasp. We are still tied. 15 minutes or so we will be back, as I just said. And we will be right back. Brisbane 0, Sydney 0. And we are back live here from Boondall for the second period of this one between the Brisbane Lightning and the Sydney Sirens. It was a back and forward one in the first period. Both sides created a few chances. The shots on target, we'll see here in a second because the head-to-head stats right here, still 0-0 on the score sheet. 12 shots to 10 in favor of the Brisbane Lightning. The save percentage is still perfect for both sides. And the penalties in favor of Brisbane right now, it's 3-1. And neither side has been able to convert on the power play either. So we go on to the second period of action here. Player we want to take a look at, though, who is being featured here this week.
We have Lindsay Killenick, who's been killing it, definitely. But we have a crew from UQ Sport that are here to highlight her today. So they're shooting some reel along the benches and getting some feed for her. She won a 2025 University of Queensland Blues Award. She is the first ice hockey recipient of the award. She's studying exercise physiology, and it's the highest award that a student athlete can receive, and so she was quite proud to be able to represent her sport. There were 18 sports represented this year across 32 athletes, so congratulations to Lindsay Killenick for her achievement.
Representing the Brisbane Lightning elsewhere, which is always good to see. We're getting set here for the second period, though. I think a couple keys to look for, though. Both sides are going to need to create chances here. Both sides have created a couple already, but they haven't really been great ones. I want to see one side really use the puck more in the offensive zone, hold some possession a little bit, and look to create something, work the puck side to side, and really create a good look, because neither side has really done that here so far. A lot of the looks have been in transition, which has worked for both sides up to this point in the season, but right now, I want to see who's going to come in, who's going to create one of these moments, and who's going to put their team ahead. 20 minutes to go in the second. Let's get going.
That one's slightly controlled by the Sirens, and back to Cockerell. Cockerell sending it forward, stopped by Callum Balkus, carried in by Sydney, and picked off again by Courtney Mahoney. Courtney Mahoney, we know, one of the faster skaters on the team, moving around. Brown hit into the boards by Guttormson.
Yeah, we play on here. There was some...
A little bit of a gap there. A little bit of a gap between the boards and the player, but that's all right. Costa now tripped
knee on
by
knee.
Guttormson.
This one will get called. And Guttormson stuck the knee out there and will get called for it. So 2 minutes. Kelly Costa, I believe, was the one who took the knee there, and she goes to the bench. It looks like she's all right. It is Guttormson's second penalty so far here on the night. We see it there. They just got caught up there. Nothing in it, but got to call that one.
She definitely has a physical game, much more physical than we're used to seeing maybe in the
And, you know, a lot of the players you see come from Minnesota have that in them, as well as North American style is very physical, and neither of them look to shy away from contact.
That one won by Fitzgerald, sent across to now Crompton. Crompton sending it forward, picked off by Lang. Lang sending it forward and out of the zone and back down the ice we go. Crompton's going to collect that. Yeah, I noticed at Worlds, on the under-18 Women's Worlds, there was a much more physical play than what we see here in Australia. The Australian women were a little bit surprised at first, and then they just picked up the volume and matched. So it's a good opportunity for our women to have that physical contact, especially when it is in the name of separating a player from the puck. And,
you know, for Brisbane here, especially if they're able to kind of work it in their favor, they're able to find themselves on the Meet at Billy's power play again as they find themselves here.
Now Madison LaPlante coming up the boards, going around the official and skating it in competently. And she's just trying to set up a play. She pops it out, popped away by Lang. That one, I heard it hit, something hit the post.
That was a skate.
All right. And a whistle.
Yeah, it looks like
Killenick.
Yeah.
Going off in some discomfort, perhaps.
Yeah, they just got tied up.
Going to stay.
They just got tied up there as they drive into the net. We talked about it before. They just kind of drive and dump game, driving pucks there, and Killenick just came up and there was some contact there, and that was just her skate blade hitting the pipe. Is that sound we heard? So. A minute 3 to go here on this Meet at Billy's power play. Brisbane now with a face-off to the right of Licari.
We're going to see Costa take another face-off against Ebony Brunt. That one controlled by Brunt. Back to 27 ARPS. And Preston to the boards, picked up by Costa. Costa.
A penalty on Brisbane, yeah, in the back play.
Interference?
Yeah, it looks like that's what it might be.
Or holding.
It's going to be on Courtney Mahoney, whatever the call is. We'll get that officially here in a second from Tommy Harkness.
We will listen and see.
So, yeah, it is a hold. So we'll have about 55 seconds here, 4-on-4, and then Sydney will find themselves on a power play, just their second one of the evening, but their first one was cut short by the penalty there that made that one 4-on-4.
We go back down deep into the Lightning territory for that face-off, and Brunt's going to take that against Danny Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald wins it back to Mossman. Mossman off the boards, goes out. York's hunting for it. She hits it away from LaPlante. Back around Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald sending it to Mossman. Mossman coming, trying to clear that. Good pressure from Brunt. York chasing Fitzgerald a bit. Brunt also good forechecking. One hand on the stick. Fitzgerald redirecting, trying to create some space, and passing it out to Woodrich. Woodrich coming into the zone on the near side of the ice, and she takes a shot, hits the leg pad of Lakari. That one was loose for a moment, goes back behind the goal. Now Madison LaPlante over to Mossman. Mossman with a very powerful shot. That one goes into the boards, back out to Fitzgerald again. Fitzgerald taps it over to Woodrich. Woodrich to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald collides with Arps. And now to Payne. Payne blocked by one of the Lightning players, and back we go. Another shot on, and a frozen puck, but she needs to play it. Lakari just leaves it finally. Good call on the officials to not blow the whistle. And coming out of the zone now and into Lightning territory. That first penalty has come off of that last play from Guttormson, and Courtney Mahoney remains in the penalty box. So Brisbane now on the penalty kill. Killinick flips that down back into the other zone. Over for Lang. Lang passing across back to Guttormson. Guttormson sending it straight back across to Edney. And Edney controlling into the zone. She pushes it into the boards and around the other side. Coming out to Newmark. Newmark keeping it away, gets it to Guttormson. 22 seconds remaining in the penalty on Courtney Mahoney. Guttormson tangled up, loses her stick. And back over to Amanda Dixon. Newmark trying to pop it away. Over to McConney. And back again to Dixon. Dixon flicks it out. Skated, put out by Edney. And a good save of keeping it into the zone, sorry. Lakari tapping her stick to let us know that we are even strength again. 14 shots now for the Lightning and 10 for the Sirens. Good flow to the play, finally starting the second period. We had a lot of interruptions in the first period and the second part of that. 16-13. Now, here we have Guttormson coming into the zone. Rapchuk watching. That one gloved down and saved by Kayla Arthur.
Yeah, great glove save there. Kind of gave up a little bit of a rebound, but immediately able to dive on that puck and prevent any further things from happening. You see Guttormson just jumps on this puck here and creates a rush opportunity. A little bobble there almost prevented her from doing something more with it possibly, but she still gets a shot off, and Kayla Arthur with a save. 16:06 here to go in the second period. Face off to her right.
Nina Crompton, I think, won that face off. It's gone back now to Mossman. Mossman trying to get around Brunt and York, and she keeps it away over to LaPlante. Meanwhile, Mossman goes down. LaPlante chips it forward, stopped by Bellamont. Very nicely done. And a hand pass called on Bellamont. So they will reset just outside of the zone.
Yep, just outside the zone here. One thing that Brisbane are doing very well here is they're getting the pucks into the zone, but one thing Sydney immediately are doing well to counter there is they're kind of forcing them down to that corner, and they're clogging the zones and not allowing for that secondary pass to create anything dangerous.
Mossman sent that in. Ma trying to get it back out. Crompton with an opportunity. Brunt going to chase that down. No, Crompton gets there first. She's coming around very nicely, making space, controlling the puck very confidently, being pestered by Annika Schmitz. She walks the blue line for a moment, trying to get it in. Another attempted shot, and a save by Lakari.
Giving nothing up there. Good job to kind of prevent a rebound there. Lakari's been doing a good job of that here so far tonight, not allowing rebounds to kind of create anything more dangerous there. We see here on the replay, just kind of throws a backhand effort there, which stops in the slot, and the secondary shot is saved comfortably, and that face-off is won by the Sirens.
Won by the Sirens, coming up around to Emma Witherich. Sirens have been very effective in stopping that first line from Brisbane from scoring. We're seeing a little bit of disconnectedness. We'll see if Brisbane's able to get something going or if the Sirens will do so first. Kallenbach has stopped that on the blue line, got it back to Witherich. Witherich sends it across just past Killinick and picked up now by Kelly Costa. Kelly Costa looking to pop that out, and no, it's the Sirens sending it out. Newmark Newmark has been excellent in this game so far. Fitzgerald pushes her off of the puck, picked up by Caruso, and there's going to be a delayed penalty. Caruso with the puck. It's going to go against Brisbane. Lang coming in for a shot, goes high, up and over, still in control. The goalie has come off for the Sirens, and a whistle penalty now called hooking against, looks like, Annie Fitzgerald.
So a perfect opportunity for Sydney to go up on the player up opportunity to get something going here. They'd love to get out to the lead. You can hear the rumbles of thunder as the sky outside has gone pitch black. We can see through the window. So the Lightning hopefully looking for their fortunes.
Crompton wins the face-off. Newmark picks it up and comes out to the stick of Lang. Lang across to Edney. Edney trying to get it in, but sends it into the corner instead. Courtney Mahoney trying to control the puck, gets it out past Lang, back out to Edney. Captain Sarah Edney with the puck now. She's taking her time, setting up a play to Lang. Lang, alt-captain, trying to bump Mahoney off of the puck. Keeps control, back to Edney. Edney takes a shot. That one deflected up and over. Keeping it away from Guttormson is Manda Dixon. Guttormson picks it up on the other side. She's trying to create an opportunity now. Gives it to Gabby Arps. Gabby Arps over to Sarah Edney. Edney with the puck. And she's looking back to Arps. Arps with a one-timer. Leg saved by Arthur. Now behind the goal and up on the other side. Newmark and Rapchuk. And Rapchuk trying to kick it out front. Guttormson there to assist. Edney keeping it away from Rapchuk. Rapchuk's going to be exhausted. She's doing everything she can to tie up that puck and to kill that penalty. 52 seconds remaining. Newmark sends it over to Edney. Good way to kill a penalty, even if you can't get it out of the zone. Rapchuk does everything again to take that, and she loses her stick. She'll have to collect that as quickly as possible. Guttormson sends it out to Arps. Arps with a shot.
Yeah, that was our own player's stick there that deflected that one down. She was hoping to get that one on goal, but it just went wide. Guttormson here.
Guttormson is so physical, and she gets a goal.
What a goal there. Guttormson, Shelby Guttormson picked the puck up there on the left-hand side and just used the player advantage and was able to dance that puck through the Lightning defense and shoots 5-hole, beats Arthurs for the first time here tonight. And the Sydney Sirens are in the lead, 1-0.
And they're also in the lead for the power play percentage at the moment. So that brought them up to 16 shots.
See it here on the replay, brought it there. Great job to just kind of toe the blue line and beats a player there. I think that was Crompton, and a great finish there. Right through the 5-hole, and Sydney lead 1-0.
Brisbane all business, ready to go and ready to play. Annie Fitzgerald for the face-off. That one won by the Sirens. Back to Ma. Ma sends it into the corner, across the red line. No, yes, icing.
Yeah, so Brisbane with a chance to answer quickly. We've seen them do it a couple times this season, but one thing that Brisbane do well, they're coached well. Coach Meyer is going to be down there just kind of reiterating to not let this get away from us now. It's only one goal. They can chase this one down. But for Sydney, what a great time to get it. The bench is buzzing down there to our left right now, all smiles. They've got this puck here.
Ma bringing that out to Annika Schmitz. Again, those two just played together in Poland, and so some good chemistry between the two. Ma sends it into the zone, picked up by Mossman over to Wuthrich. Wuthrich not able to capitalize on these plays so far. She gets to Fitzgerald. Let's see what Fitzgerald can do. She takes a shot onto Lakari. Lakari falls backwards. An uncomfortable position, but pops back up again. Lindsay Killenick now trying to get in there, taken away by Poppy Noon.
I think she might have been caught off guard by the velocity of that wrist shot there by Fitzgerald.
Ebony Brunt coming up into neutral territory, gets it to Schmitz. Schmitz takes a shot, saved by Arthur, back out to Killenick. Killenick sends it down the ice, and that will be icing on the Lightning.
Yeah, the breakout pass just a little bit too hot there. Brisbane that could have created something very dangerous there, but the pass was just a little too far, and it was iced. You see here on the replay, this is another chance created for a second here from Sydney, and a great save there by Kayla Arthurs. It was going down to the bottom left, and she had a great pad save there. Keeps this one just a 1-goal lead for Sydney.
Fitzgerald ready to face off against McConey. That one won by Fitzgerald, but a whistle. Looks like we will reset and see that face off a second time.
Yeah, it might have been a false start here. Either way, we re-rack.
Fitzgerald is always ready and down low for those face-offs. That one controlled again by Fitzgerald. Back into the corner, but McConey's going after it. McConey trying to move it around. Back to Newmark. That one looked like it popped onto Arthur. It's in the back of the net, though. Hard to see. Little messy, uncontrolled puck. Witherich decides to do something. She gets left behind. Newmark sends it back onto Arthur. Arthur wants to freeze it. She needs to play it. She doesn't. It's blown dead anyway.
Yeah, a great job there by, I believe that was Newmark, to make a poke check there. And just kind of, we see it here on the replay. Yeah, Newmark stays with her, gets a poke check in there and just strips it right away and immediately turns one on target. And that will win the field position game here. And they will have a face-off to the right of Arthur, pardon me, the left of Arthur's.
Crompton and Edney. Crompton wins the face-off. Going back now to Grace Kalambokas. She is being chased and pursued by Guttormson. She gets it out to Mahoney. Mahoney sends it up the boards. It was blocked by Abby Brown and comes past Costa, creating an opportunity for the Sirens, but Costa gets back in time, keeps it away from the Sirens and pops it back out of the zone. Down the other way, Courtney Mahoney looks like she will get there first. Arps tried to get there faster. Mahoney setting something up perhaps, having a look, leaves it behind, gets it to Crompton. Crompton shot, gloved down by Lakari, but it's loose, and then a whistle.
So a great play there by Sydney in the back check. Brisbane were able to come onto that puck. We'll see here the replay. This was the shot that they created afterwards, and a very good save there despite the traffic. But Brisbane had a 2-on-1 opportunity there, and instead of going out to pursue the puck, the defender realized that the puck was taking itself into the corner, and there wasn't really much of an angle for the Brisbane forward Mahoney to make. So she covered the back post and was able to shut that down before it got going.
Faceoff goes to the Sirens, and looking to set it up. Sent down, I think that was Annika Schmidt, sending it across, just goes past Brunt's stick there, and Fitzgerald going to reset. Fitzgerald, again, very fast, being chased by York. She has several players watching her very closely. She enters the zone up the left-hand side and comes around, still in control, sends it across, shot, saved by Lakari, but maybe went over the goal and tangled up. Witherich being pushed off of Ma. They were tangled there. And Witherich pushing Ma back again. I know that Ma is a very tough player, but Witherich much more experienced. Back over to York, bouncing it off the boards and coming up and out of the zone. She sends it across just past Brunt. Brunt trying to get there. Amanda Dixon doing her most to keep it away. Amanda Dixon playing it forward into the boards. Back over to Rapchuk. Katrina Rapchuk sending it up to Lindsay Killinick. Killinick trying to keep away from Cleo Mayer, and it goes back to, I think that was Lang sending it. Bounces out, back into the zone, and back out again. Kelsey Lang gets it to Caruso. Caruso trying to control it, not able to do so because of Kate Sinclair. Kate Sinclair brings it back out, trying to get it to Alex McDonald. Back to Dixon. Dixon walked for just a second by McConey. McConey now chasing Dixon. Dixon around the goal she goes. Gets past Newmark, gets it to the blue line, but not able, Charlotte Kelly was there, but not able to get it out of the zone. Kate Sinclair again with the puck. Kate Sinclair, Caruso fighting for it. Rapchuk keeping it away from Caruso. Now Katrina Rapchuk on the move. She comes up, she has to get around Kelly. She gets around number 61, Cleo Mayer.
Great save.
And another opportunity, wide open net, comes back around. Sirens trying to clear it. Lakari doing everything. Out to Madison LaPlante this time while the Lightning need to clear and change. LaPlante comes in, it's poked back out by Newmark. Newmark's having an awesome game for the Sirens. Mossman, good pass and a collision with LaPlante. Again, neutral zone play. Mossman, she decides to get a little closer and shovel it in. It goes around into the corner for Lang. Lang has Mahoney. She stops and changes direction. Uses the boards. So passes to Caruso. Picked off by Nita Crompton. Nita Crompton's going to go for it now. She sees that she's being pursued. Trying to get it to her teammate. Out to the blue line. Kept in by LaPlante. Back into the corner for Crompton. Shoveled across. And Courtney Mahoney tapping it out to Crompton. And it's coming back out again with the Sirens. Sirens, Caruso gets across the red line. Sends it into the corner. And line out for the Sirens at the same time. Courtney Mahoney now coming the other direction. A lot of neutral territory action, but I'm watching Mahoney. It's poked away from her. Crompton trying to get to it. I think Crompton's she's having a bit of a long shift. We'll see how that goes. Sarah Edney now entering the zone, trying to get around Calabokas, shovels it. Goes a bit wide, although Arthur was ready with her leg out. And back again to the Sirens. That one tipped away by Witherich. Guttormson takes a shot, save. Rebound swept away by one of the Lightning players. Payne sends it back to Guttormson, back to Payne. Payne, good strong shot. That one tangled up by Arthur and a whistle.
Payne with a shot there, and Arthur's covers. But Brisbane doing a little bit better now on the forecheck. Last week when they had all that success, they were having that work very well, but see here on the replay, there's a chance that falls right to Guttormson. Not the player you want to have picking up a rebound there in the slot, but thankfully for Brisbane, nothing comes of it.
Face-off won by Annie Fitzgerald. Back to captain Kelly Costa. We see the shots are even, 20-20 again. Score 1-0 for the Sirens. That one, Witherich tries to set up, but it goes back to Annika Schmitz now. And out of the zone. Again, York kicking it forward. She gets tangled with Witherich. I think we'll see Witherich go to the penalty box.
Yeah, it's going to be a trip here. The first attempt at the poke check was all right, but then she just got the stick caught up in the skates, and the skater went down, so another power play opportunity for the Sirens. They scored on the last one, and you know they'd love to have another one here with 7 minutes to go here in this second period. Yeah, you see there on the replay, the first attempt was there, but the second one just gets caught up in the skates, and that is going to be a trip all the time. So the face-off to the right of Arthur.
McConey ready. Annie Fitzgerald there too. She wins the face-off to Mossman, trying to keep it away from Guttormson. She sends it up, but picked up by Lang. Lang backhands to Guttormson, just goes a little bit wide. A shot from the Sirens, and a save by Arthur. That was Edney with the shot.
Arthur with a great job there to not give up a rebound, as that could have been extremely dangerous, but Edney with a big shot there from the point. 13 goals already this season. And she'd love to add to her tally up here this weekend in Brisbane. Face off now to the left of Arthur.
Fitzgerald and McConey again. That looked like a false start, but oh well. Back to
dangerous
Edney.
Deflection.
Yeah. Save from Arthur, but it did go very dangerously. Guttormson, LaPlante trying to block that. Newmark back to Edney. Edney taps across to Lang. This is a very strong line for the Sirens out there right now. McConey picking it up in the corner. No one able to get close to her. Very gentle tap to Lang. Lang, gentle tap back to McConey. McConey across again to Lang. Lang takes a shot. That one goes, I don't know who that hit, and back out again. Here we go.
Newmark.
McConey to Guttormson, and a save by Kayla Arthur, and a little bit of pushing. I think that was Arthur that actually pushed.
No, it was Mossman.
Was
yeah.
it Mossman? Hard to see.
It
from
was
this
a
angle.
chance created here from the Sirens. You see here skating in a good give and go, but then it was supposed to be a give and go, but then Guttormson just found herself in all the time and space in the world. She tried to steer that one in. Arthur stood strong, and then Mossman said, "Get away from my goaltender."
I feel that Arthur might have touched her foot a little bit, but I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Anyway, that one won by Nita Crompton. Back to Costa, and picked up again by the Sirens. They're trying to set it up. Arps is there with the puck now. Arps creating room to Brunt. Brunt sending it across a little bit wobbly. And now Katrina Rapchuk trying to keep the puck away. And she's very effective at tangling that puck up to kill the penalty. We have 48 seconds remaining in the penalty on Emma Witherich for the Lightning. Sent out by Rapchuk, dangerous. Arps takes a shot, a save by Arthur. Oh,
that was a double save there.
Yeah. And now Brunt trying to help. Players all tangled up. Rapchuk against Caruso, trying to get her stick away. So player on player. That one dumped clear. Good play, 25 seconds remaining. Good shot on Lakari, actually. Lakari pops it back out for Arps. Lightning trying to get a change in. And Costa still on the ice. Courtney Mahoney coming back now, trying to push Guttormson out of the way. And LaPlante has finally got into position to help defend. That one, a goal.
Great shot there by Edney. Her 14th goal of the season. I was just about to say, Sydney missing an opportunity on the rush there. The pass was a little too hot. They had a 3-on-1 opportunity, but they didn't end up needing it as Edney gets the puck in the slot. We see it here. She just walks this one out, and absolutely no pressure. Brisbane just collapsing on themselves on the power play, on the penalty kill, and no one picked up Edney, and she is way too dangerous of a player to leave by herself. And this is a 2-goal lead now, and all of a sudden Brisbane got to find their way back in it with 5 minutes to go here in the second.
Woodridge decides to do something about it. She charges at the puck, takes a shot, goes up into the netting, picks up the rebound, and tries to send it back around to Mahoney, back to Woodridge. I don't know what you saw last weekend, but this is Brisbane team dominated the ice. It's not what I expected to see today against the Sirens.
Well,
it seems a little disconnected.
They got to get the forecheck going. Is what was giving Melbourne all the problems last weekend was the forecheck. They did it so effectively, and Melbourne weren't able to get anything going. And Sydney, Brisbane doing a little bit better of a job of it here, but Sydney just able to clear their zone too easy.
Ooh. And here we come. Edney trying to stop Courtney Mahoney, and a whistle. Up for offside.
Yeah, offside there. Edney just got caught in the zone, the captain. But, yeah, Brisbane, just what it's coming down to is the forechecking. They need to get that going a little bit better and create more chaos in the defensive zone for Sydney. They're a little too comfortable back there right now. And I know Coach Meyer will want be relaying that message in the dressing room here in the second intermission.
Kate Sinclair won that face-off for the Lightning. Now in control of Rapchuk. Rapchuk to Sinclair, blocked by the Sirens and sent deep into the Brisbane zone. Rapchuk's going to get that. She's being followed by McConey. And here comes Katrina Rapchuk. She brings it into the zone. It's poked away by Mayer. Mayer controlling the puck, taking it in a little deeper, getting it back over to Lang. Lang flicks it off the boards, pops it out, and Caruso not able to get there, a little bit tied up in the neutral zone. Kelly sends it up to Dixon. This is Brisbane's line 3, and back to Rapchuk. Rapchuk trying to keep Caruso away. Caruso and Rapchuk were tied up earlier in this period, and there might be a little bit of animosity still between the two. She backhands it around to Dixon. Dixon trying to send it out of the zone, does so successfully to Annie Fitzgerald, and it's one-on-one at the moment. Fitzgerald pops it into the boards and picks it up again. That's Mayer trying to keep Fitzgerald tied to the boards, popped out and passed, and Arthur came out of the net, no icing, and picked up by Kalambokas. Grace Kalambokas, good hard pass, almost taken control by Newmark. Keeping it out of the territory, taking it back in is Brisbane. Killinick changing direction, has to get past Newmark, does so, gets it to Woodridge. Woodridge controlling the puck. Mayer hit herself into the boards really hard. That can't have felt good.
Yeah, I think she's holding her knee a little bit.
And now Annika Schmitz entering Brisbane's territory, picked off by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald passes up to Woodridge. Woodridge trying to get around York. Woodridge poked by York. Helped by LaPlante a little, LaPlante trying, I don't know if that was LaPlante, no, sorry, that was Killinick. And back into the corner we go. Annie Fitzgerald playing an extremely strong back check. That one bounced off of the boards. Costa trying to stop it. Costa swings it across. Bella Ma's going to get there first. She'll try to take a shot. No, she'll tap it back to York. York gets very little power onto it. Couldn't get it to Annika Schmitz. Back out we go, all the way down. This will likely be an icing call, though we see Lindsay Killinick trying her best to get there. It didn't make it to the red line. Bella Ma trying to sweep it away, but Killinick gets it out. Past Ma. Ma hits her into the boards. And back again, Sarah Edney with the puck. Sarah Edney. And over to Guttormson. Guttormson coming up, into the zone. Passing it past Edney's feet. And Courtney Mahoney and Cockrell now, and back over to Edney, kept away by Madison LaPlante. Guttormson pestering LaPlante. LaPlante very good edges, but she's pushed down and tangled up with Guttormson's stick. And Guttormson shoved Mossman down, I think, but lots of whistles from Sydney. That one flicked out, gets past a player. Arps backhands it back to Edney. Edney across, and coming back into the zone is Cockrell. Cockrell takes a shot hard into the boards, and Edney collects on the other side, backhands it around. Easy play for Crompton. Crompton passing it across for Abby Brown now. Abby Brown entering the zone, far side of the ice, leaves it behind for Mahoney. Mahoney trying to center it into the boards again. Brown trying to get there. And coming back the other direction, Caruso taps it, but isn't able to control it, and that gives Katrina Rapchuk the puck. Rapchuk over to Dixon. Dixon across, goes past Arps. Would be icing, but Charlotte Kelly got there first. Popped out to McConey. McConey coming behind Lakari. 24 seconds remaining in the period. Shots are 25, Sirens 22, Lightning. Dixon setting up a play, picked off by Newmark. Back over to Rapchuk. Rapchuk changing direction, keeping it away from Newmark this time. Over to Kate Sinclair. Kate Sinclair takes a shot straight onto Lakari. 4 seconds remaining. Rapchuk picks it up. She sends it around the back. Over to McDonald and the buzzer.
A little bit better from Brisbane despite giving up the goals here, but a couple things they need to do going into this third period to try and chase this game. One, we just talked about it. The forechecking needs to be better. They need to create a bit more problems for the Sirens in their back end. Two, this breakout pass in their own back end needs to be better. They're not connecting the way that they should be. They're not connecting the way that they were last week. And it's really one of the reasons why they're chasing this game. And another thing that both sides really need to do is win the puck and settle down. There's a lot of kind of back and forward pucks, a lot of loose pucks in the neutral zone, and both sides really need to kind of win this puck and do something with it and not kind of wait for the puck to show itself in a dangerous spot. So we will be back here in about 15 minutes time, and Brisbane chasing the game, which we haven't seen them do here in a couple weeks. But we'll be back in about 15 minutes time. As I said before, Sydney 2, Brisbane nothing. We are back live here from Boondall for the third period of what has been a great game of ice hockey here so far. And if you're just joining us, it is the Sydney Sirens 2, the Brisbane Lightning nothing. It's almost like the Sirens saw what happened last weekend and decided to come and play spoilers here. They've absolutely kept this first line here absolutely silent from the Brisbane Lightning, and it's been good. But let's take a look at the head-to-head stats here. As we head into the third, it's 2-0, as we just said. The shots on target just in slightly in favor. It's the 2 shots, it's the 2 goals. That is the difference right now. The penalties 4 each. And as you can see there, it's been the power play that has been the story here tonight. The 2 goals for the Sirens coming on the player advantage.
I'd just point out that Kayla has a 92% save average at the moment. So
let's take a look at the road ahead for both of these sides, as they are both on the finals fight. For Brisbane, we see here tomorrow night back here at 3:35 on AWIHL TV against the Sydney Sirens. And then it's the big test, going away to Perth, who has almost been the boogeyman this season, 10-1. A great record they had, and what barn burners they were here. We saw round 1 when Perth came here to Brisbane. Let's take a look at the road ahead for the Sirens, who right now are fighting for this 4th place. We see them back here again tomorrow night, and then at home against the Ducks. So a couple points there on offer against the Ducks. So Brisbane are going to have to fight to hold their place. But we look here at the standings right now. Just here in front of me, Brisbane are on 23. The Sirens are on 16, so it's going to take a lot of effort for them to pass them. But the Rush are going to be watching those 2 games in Sydney very, very intently, as the face-off is won here by Brisbane.
picked up by Annie Fitzgerald, who won that face-off. She enters the zone on the near side of the ice. Shot blocked and sent into the corner. Guttormson with the puck, picked off again by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald coming around, trying to shoot, blocked. Edney seems to have been hit in the face a little bit. Witherich with the puck now, and Edney trying to keep it away from her, but Witherich still in control. She's coming around, and it's floating. Witherich again, passing across to Mossman. Mossman back to LaPlante. LaPlante shot blocked, and into the corner for Lindsay Killenick. Lindsay Killenick sends it back around. Official trying to keep out of the way. Witherich and Payne getting it to Guttormson. Guttormson trying to poke it out. Mossman takes the shot. That one goes on to Lakari and pops up and back over to Killenick, who sends it around. Payne fighting for it. Fitzgerald still there. Mahoney now on the ice. Fitzgerald takes a shot. All the sticks in the way. Sydney are doing everything to keep that puck clear of Lakari. And here we go now. Lindsay Killenick still there. Another player goes off for the Lightning to change. Killenick to Crompton. Killenick goes off the ice. Crompton with the puck. Crompton has Dixon, should she choose. She sends it back in the corner to Mahoney. Mahoney off of the boards. It looks very much like a power play. Huge hit onto, I think that was Dixon that went down. And she has to get out of the zone. And Mahoney takes a shot blocked by Payne. Dixon takes a shot blocked by Lakari. It's still loose and a goal! Messy goal! Dixon celebrating. She will be happy with that.
But a messy goal at a time like this is all you need sometimes. Amanda Dixon hopping on the rebound there, the one that she created herself. Brisbane back into this one, and Amanda Dixon's asking for some noise from this crowd. This barn is right back in it here, and Brisbane creating the early opportunity. It's Amanda Dixon's second goal of the season, and what a time to have it. 18-19 here to go in this game. You see it here, the puck kind of gets stuck there, which has been the kind of the story here. Is then the rebound is given up by Lakari. Dixon hops on it. In Brisbane, it doesn't matter how you do it, sometimes all that you do.
McConey's going to take that face off against Sinclair. Now back to the Sirens. Trying to move it in is Lang. Swept away by Costa, but Lang still in control. She's going to take that into the boards, back around to McConey, and trying to send it back up. Costa keeping her body in the way to protect Kayla Arthur. Kelly now trying to create some mess. Newmark sends it out, poked away by Arthur, and back out we go. Mayer with the puck. Mayer for the Sirens. Pass over to Lang. Lang taps it up to the blue line to Newmark. Newmark trying to sweep it out, interrupted by Charlotte Kelly. Kelly having a very good game today. Up and off the boards over to Mayer. Mayer back into the corner to Kelly Costa, the captain. Blocked again into the skates, and out it goes to Alex McDonald. She sends it in to the zone. No one really fighting for it at the moment. Just kind of floating there. The puck left behind for Mayer. Mayer has Fitzgerald coming in, and a big sweep of the feet and no arms in the air, and Fitzgerald walking in. She takes a shot at Licari. Licari freezes it.
Yeah, Licari covers that one up there. If that had gone in, could have been a little bit of a controversial moment there. As the referee said, play on. You see here the contact there. And she's just going to immediately drive it there. A little deep to create some space, and gets a forehand shot on. Licari covers it up. And this game, 17-10 here to go in the third period. It's a one-goal game here.
Line one out for the Lightning. One by Brunt, and back into the corner. Schmitz, and back to Brunt. Brunt sending it back up, trying to get it to Schmitz. Withrich there instead. Bellamont, afraid of no one. She's quite small, but she's feisty, and she is going after Withrich. Withrich doing everything to try to push that puck, and it's popped out finally. Annie Fitzgerald, back to LaPlante. Madison LaPlante coming in. She's trying to shoot. Bouncing puck. Very messy behind Licari. Ma was there to try to stop that play. Licari.
I can't wait to see this replay. Look at this here. The puck was floating in the air, and a Brisbane player put a poke check on it, tried to put it past. Licari stays strong to it. We see it here on the replay. LaPlante gets this puck, works it onto her forehand, and it just kind of pops up in the air, and it looked like it was Fitzgerald who just kind of poke checked it there, tried to get it in, and then a dog pile on the puck. And that one stays out. It's still a one-goal game. 16:37 here to go. The face-off now to Licari's left.
Killinick and Edney on the face-off. Goes back to Brisbane. Fitzgerald's shot blocked, and Mossman to get that.
Sydney doing an incredible job of just kind of crashing the shooter and never letting any one of them have a lane.
Edney and LaPlante. LaPlante successful at keeping Edney away from a clear shot. She gets back to Arps. Arps sends it across to Payne, and back into the corner it goes. Mossman now. Annie Mossman, we haven't seen her move the puck herself very much, but she's going to do it now. She's going into the corner against Arps, and she just takes a bad hit, but she's fine.
She pops right back up.
She'll be used to that physicality.
I was going to say she's probably taken worse bumps than that at work. Professional stunt woman by trade, Annie Mossman.
I love watching her play. She's very physical and very confident on that play. I love watching her take that puck into the corner.
You know, the penalty is going to go against the Sirens here, but that was a very brave play to go into the corner there with Annie Mossman. But a meet at Billy's power play for the Lightning here, and what a time for it.
Back to Withrich. Withrich to LaPlante. LaPlante to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald around behind Licari over to Lindsay Killinick. Lindsay Killinick takes a shot. Crompton skate almost able to deflect it the right way, but not quite. Back to Withrich to Killinick. Killinick, fake shot to LaPlante. LaPlante takes a swing at it and glove down by Licari.
Yeah, good job to work the puck around there. Want to see a little bit more screening in front of the net, as Licari just saw that one right into her glove. We'll see it again here on the replay. There's that horizontal movement that has worked well for them in the past, but no one really in front to screen that one, and Licari saw it all the way into her glove. 1:36 here to go on this meet at Billy's power play.
Fitzgerald won that to Killinick. Killinick backhand, forehand, getting some space, looking for her options. She takes a shot on, saved by Licari. Meanwhile, Lang shoving Fitzgerald out of the way.
A little bit better there, getting a shot on through a little bit of traffic, and Licari's able to cover that one up there. Brisbane keen to just kind of run this one slowly here and just create a few shots and let the stop-start thing happen and keep everyone fresh.
1:25 remaining in the power play. Over to Emma Withrich, over to Crompton. Crompton, back to Withrich. Withrich easily has made chemistry very quickly, takes a shot on Licari, big rebound, a second shot by Crompton, back behind the goal for a moment, and Crompton over to Emma Withrich again. Withrich, shot through traffic. I think that hit Fitzgerald's skate, possibly, not sure. LaPlante now fighting for it against Guttormson. Lang is down, trying to shovel it out again. We've seen this back out again to LaPlante. That one goes behind the goal as Harkness moves out of the way for Killinick. Killinick across to Crompton. That one just not controlled. Guttormson's going to get it back to Crompton again. Crompton keeping it away from Lang. And Annie Fitzgerald coming in. Shot blocked by the stick of Edney. Now, Lindsay Killinick. This line has been on for a bit long. They're trying to get something done. They don't want to give up, but 27 seconds remaining in their power play. Back to Emma Witherich. Witherich back over again to LaPlante. Nice and slow. LaPlante takes a sweep across in front of Licari with nothing happening. Killinick.
Great vision to find Fitzgerald at the back post, but she just couldn't turn it on net.
Killinick trying to move in closer. She takes a shot. Big rebound. Crompton scores!
Big rebound there. Licari has been on top of those for most of the night, but there's gives one up in a bad spot. And Brisbane, how about that? The Lightning have a power play goal, and this game is tied. So you see it, we'll see it here on the replay. Crompton's going to turn this one into the net. And we will see it here on the replay. What a time. And she kind of just jumped on a rebound there as Killinick sends the shot on, gives up a big rebound, and Crompton just throws a one-handed kind of stick at the puck and is able to knock that one in. And we are tied, as I just said. Crompton, it is her 7th goal of the season, 14th point. And what a time for it. In Brisbane, all of a sudden, now you see them hunting on the forecheck. This is a different team than we saw 20 minutes ago.
And the house came alive. We have a good crowd here watching the game today. Numbers have been great all season so far, which we're happy to see, and what an energy it is. Here we come, now out of the zone, sent back in by Amanda Dixon, into the corner for Bella Ma. Ma trying to keep it away from Mahoney, not able to do so. Mahoney now coming in, controlling that puck, back around to Sinclair. Sinclair moving up the boards. Ma trying to get in the way. Sinclair not giving up at all. Back to Brown. Brown to Dixon. Dixon with already 1 goal. Oh, big redirected by the leg. Mahoney loses an edge. Puck comes out to Rapchuk. Rapchuk, we know, has a good shot. She sets it up. Blocked by, I think that's number 19, McConney. McConney's going to make some space. Flings it across. And Sirens enter the zone on the stick of Caruso. Caruso sending it in the corner, big rebound, off of the boards, and back around the other side of the ice we go. Crompton coming in now, comes out. This one may go for icing against the Lightning. No, it doesn't. Lang.
Yeah, the linesman waved it off there at the end. Good hard skating got there.
Licari thought that it was going to be icing as well, but here we go. Crompton changing direction. She's looking who she has available. It is Kelly Costa. Costa sends it back to Crompton. Crompton back into the corner. Now Alex McDonald pops it out for Charlotte Kelly. Kelly not able to get a shot off, and Caruso is going to come the other direction. Good pressure from Costa. Oh my Caruso Lord. Went down. I think it was her stick.
That was the stick. Yeah, it was the stick.
I think it was the stick, but it sounded horrible. Sounded very dangerous, but she's fine. And we play on. Back to Lindsay Killinick. Lindsay Killinick being chased by Brunt. And now Emma Witherich trying to make space. 12:05 remaining. Shots are now 36, incredibly, to the Lightning, to the 25 Sirens. So the Lightning have come out.
Yeah, they've really turned it up this period.
Yeah, Lightning have come out. But here Brunt has an opportunity. Callum Buckus keeps it away. Picked up by York. And Fitzgerald, possible opportunity now. 1-on-2. She leaves it out. Oh, just a little bit wide of Killinick, and it comes back out. Witherich sends it back to Mossman. Mossman sends it forward. Blocked again by the Sirens. Sirens are not afraid to put their bodies on the line to stop any of these shots. Mossman is going to go in for that one. She's being followed by Schmitz. Coming up the boards is Annie Fitzgerald into the zone again. She's got Killinick in front of her. She takes a shot. Giant rebound. Fitzgerald picks up the rebound. She controls it, leaves it for LaPlante. Madison LaPlante, one of the powerful shooters on the team as well. She's coming around behind the goal. She's hit into the board. She kicks that out. Keeps control, tries to get it to Witherich, kept away slightly, but LaPlante back to Witherich, Witherich back to LaPlante, and York trying to make a mess. Still LaPlante, back to Witherich. Those two back and forth, out to Mossman. Mossman is shot, and a glove down save by Licari.
Very confident play by Brisbane. The two players at the backside, they didn't come crashing in to help out. They're confident in their teammate LaPlante to fish this puck out. We'll see it here. Cycles it well onto the stick of Witherich, who finds a great pass there to Mossman at the point. And the shot is on, and Licari with another great save. Doesn't give up a rebound this time. And the faceoff is won to her right by her teammates.
That one bounces off of the boards, coming out. Amanda Dixon trying to stop Cockrell, and does so. Kind of trying to get in the way. That puck just loose, and now, again, Katrina Rapchuk. She sends it across just a little bit wide. Edney will probably get there first, leaves it for Mayer. And back across around to Gabby Arps. Arps coming forward, having a look, sending it up the boards, stopped by Crompton, redirected. Crompton sends it in deep, bounces off the boards again, and now number 22, Samantha Payne. Payne backhands it to Rapchuk. Rapchuk sends it forward. Opportunity for Charlotte Kelly. Not
much better here from Brisbane. They're keeping the Sirens in their own zone here, forechecking effectively, which is what we saw them do, and it's created a chance here.
McDonald, and back to Kate Sinclair. Kate Sinclair tied up, out of the zone, again to Rapchuk. Rapchuk sends it in while her teammates clear the zone. Payne's going for it. Kelly staying in and popped straight back out to Grace Kallenbuckus. You can see some tired legs stuck out there. They need to go for a change. They're not quite going yet. And Newmark picked up by Kelly. Kelly popping it forward to McDonald.
Kelly finally is able to get a change and get off the ice.
And coming the other direction, tapped in by Caruso into the corner. Kelly Costa backhands it around the other side to Lindsay Killenik. Mayer is there trying to block. Killenik and Mayer fighting for it. Backhanded over to Annie Fitzgerald again. Annie Fitzgerald has played so many minutes in this game. It's kept in by Mayer, popped out by Fitzgerald, picked up by Emma Withrich. She's got some open space. Tries to get by Lang. I think that was a shot on. And around the other side, she tries to sweep across. Not able to get it to Costa. Picked up by Killenik. Killenik making another move. She bounces off of the bottom of the goal. And now Fitzgerald with Lang. Lang's got her all tied up. Looks very uncomfortable. Fished out by Withrich. Popped up in the air by, I think that was Killenik. It was a nice play. Still tangled up, still in the zone. Withrich coming around, leaving it for Killenik. Now LaPlante is out there. Withrich in front of the goal. And coming around the other side for Withrich. Everybody seems out of position at the moment. Just goes past LaPlante. LaPlante sending it back to the corner to Fitzgerald. Tangled up in the feet of number 91 Lang and back into the corner. Annie Mossman around past LaPlante. LaPlante trying to angle that out of the zone. It's still in. Back across to Mossman. Mossman up to Mahoney. 8:02 remaining. That one a shot on by Abby Brown.
Yeah, I think that one was going to trickle past the net, but Lucari is all too wary to these Boondall boards and what kind of bounces they can give off, and decides to cover that one up. Brisbane connecting with that first breakout pass a little bit better, and we're seeing the results of it here this period. They're able to create a few more opportunities, and we see it now 38-25, the shots on goal in favor of Brisbane.
Front won that face-off for the Sirens. Crompton keeping it back into the corner. Mahoney not able to get around Ma. Crompton sending it back again. 25 Schmidt sending it out to York. And Mahoney trying to make a mess if she can. Now Brunt again, picked off by Rapchuk. Rapchuk decides to redirect. Taking her time. No one coming at her directly. Sends it into the corner for Mahoney. Mahoney, Ma pushing Mahoney and putting her body in between so that her teammate can pick it up, and it's picked up again by Amanda Dixon. Over to Mahoney. Mahoney by herself at the moment, and she slides into the boards and still fighting for it.
I think there might be a soft patch of ice down there in that corner. A couple people have lost edges.
Now Crompton. Nothing would surprise me with this heat. Bella Ma really a force, not afraid to go after anybody. Now pushing Crompton. Crompton pushing her straight back. I happen to know that Ma's playing with a borrowed stick today, just personal information that I have, but she's doing just fine with that borrowed stick.
She's playing very physically with a borrowed stick, too. You wouldn't want to break it.
She is. Back over to Rapchuk and out to York. Over
great poke check there
now
by Rapchuk.
Yeah, very nicely played. Amanda Dixon, 6:32 remaining. Shots are 38-25 in favor of the Lightning. Weird bounce. Kayla Arthur was ready for it. Rapchuk decides to deal with it. She tries to bring it out. And a hand in the air. Tormson doesn't have a stick. It's going to be against Rapchuk for hooking.
Yeah, it took a second there to blow the whistle. I kind of thought it was going Sydney's way because of that, but we will see. Oh, so it's going both.
Is it?
Okay, so it's a hook against Gatormson, and Rapchuk is going for an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Will we get a replay? We'll see.
6:18 to go here in this game.
5-on-5 hockey. We have offsetting penalties, so we'll continue 5-on-5.
Yep, we are 5-on-5.
And we will see nothing on the board. But I believe the two players will remain in the box.
Yes.
They will remain in the box until 2 minutes and a whistle.
Yes.
So two important players. Guttormson, a force for the Sirens, and of course Rabchuk, one of the strong defenders who's played Worlds a number of times. LaPlante tangled up there and back to Payne. Payne sends it back into the corner. And Mossman trying to get there before York. If she can, shoved into the boards by York, popped out of the zone by Fitzgerald, sent back, stopped by Kilinik this time. Kilinik trying to keep it away. She's got two Sirens players and she takes it away from them and enters the zone. She tries to get it out past Arps, and Lakari comes out of the net to freeze it.
Arps not giving up that position in a hurry and just allows her goaltender to cover this one up. Great pickup of the puck there by Kilinik and able to drive it there, and just Arps with the good defensive play to force her off that puck there. 5:46 here to go in this game. We are tied 2-2. You got to think it's not a next goal win situation, but it's definitely a next goal gives a huge advantage.
For a moment, no one from the Sirens wanted to take that face-off, but they decided. Edney came around to take it. Arp sending it up the boards to Brunt, stopped by Costa. Costa trying to push player off, does so fine. She pushed Arps off of that and taps it back to Fitzgerald. A good shot, big rebound, but Lakari on top of it.
Huge save by Lakari. That one popped up to the captain, Kelly Costa, in a very, very dangerous spot. And her teammates there give her a pat on the head because there is nothing she could have done. She just gave a shrug there to one of her other teammates saying, I don't know what else more I could have done. Lakari, what a save. Let's see it again here on the replay. Pops it up to Costa, and she saw it so late and was able to get that arm on it.
39.
One of the save of the season contenders for sure. 5:30 to go in this game, and we are still tied because of it.
39 shots on Lakari and only 2 goals. It's very impressive. Okay, Sirens trying to set it up and break it out. Newmark stopped by Crompton off of the nets. Back to Langs. We still have, I'm not sure if we have Guttormson back ready and Rabchuk. I haven't seen them yet. If that 2 minutes ran out or not, we'll see shortly. And past Brisbane and back out to neutral territory. Lang trying to send that out. Kept in by Mahoney. Mahoney pushed down slightly by McConey, and Lang takes
broken
it.
stick. Yep.
Stick gone down, whistle, icing. Lang's gonna go pick up with the stick and bring it back.
Yeah, that one shattered by the sound of it. And she tossed the lumber to the side.
That was very dramatic to watch that fly up into the bench. And here we go. Face off on the left-hand side.
She's trying to find her replacement there, and she's got it.
Lakari's blocker side for the face-off. Kate Sinclair against number 19, Catherine McConey. That one swept across to the Sirens, picked up by Kelly, and into the corner it goes. Lang down. You're right, there might be some soft ice over there. I'm not sure what's happening. Players keep going down into the corner. Anything is possible in this rink. McDonald now off of the boards, keeping it over to Sinclair. And McConey fighting for that as well. Out to Brunt. Let's see the defenders sweep into the middle of the ice. Dixon's going to push Brunt, keeping her wide if she can. Brunt going around the other side. Arthur watching, and a save.
Great heads-up play by Arthur to realize she was going to try that wraparound, so she got there to cover that pipe. But in that breakout, I want to just show this again. Sydney doing a great job to keep that puck wide. They had that immediate pass, but then she realized that the better opportunity was going to be out wide. So she passed that puck, a good give and go there. And Sydney created a chance. 4:17 here to go in this tied game.
Edney taking that face off, winning it, and coming out. Brought out by Woodridge. Tapped back. Kilinik, Fitzgerald, back to Edney. Edney coming around, leaves it behind for York. Tapped into the boards. Mossman and Guttormson. That one popped up into the air. Woodridge trying to get it back to Mossman. Picked up instead by Edney. Shot blocked by Guttormson was there, but it was shot blocked by the Lightning. Back out to Sirens. That one player takes the brunt of that.
Yeah, LaPlante got shoved to the ice there. There's going to be a penalty.
Oh, that was a bit dramatic. Guttormson fell over
There's definitely going to be a penalty for that. LaPlante just before made a great block on that shot, and then we'll see it here. The block knocks it away, and Sydney kind of recycling this puck. Let's just look right down in front of the net, and I believe that was Guttormson, who just gets tied up with her. Tommy Harkness is going to clear it all up for us.
11 white for the interference.
Interference on Guttormson is the call.
25 black for the rough after.
So there's roughing going against Brisbane as well on Annie Fitzgerald.
So
So we're staying 5-on-5.
another offset penalty.
So Brisbane here, 2 chances where they could have been on a meet at Billy's power play, and instead it's 5-on-5 because of the discipline. 3:46 here to go. What a game this has been. We got to line them all up again tomorrow night, right back here at 3:45, pardon me. And all of the action on AWIHL.tv.
Edney and Crompton. That one kicked back to the Sirens. Shot taken. And Withridge now with the puck. Withridge passing it out to Killinick. Killinick stopped it, gets it out to Crompton. Crompton enters the zone. She has Payne coming after her. Crompton leaves it for Withridge. Withridge coming around. She takes a shot on Lakari. Opportunity and a goal by Lindsay Killinick.
Killinick sees the puck show itself at the back post and is able to finish that one. Lakari's given up a couple dangerous rebounds here tonight, and this one could potentially come back to bite him at a terrible spot. 3:23 to go here in this game, and the Brisbane Lightning for the first time tonight are in the lead.
41 shots on Lakari.
Let's see it here on the replay. Withridge kind of just drives the net there. They get caught up in the escape. It looks like it was Arps got caught up with her own goaltender. And Killinick is not the player you want to have pop up at the back post like that. It's 3 unanswered goals for Brisbane. It's Killinick's 9th of the season. And listen to this barn come alive.
Kate Sinclair ready to take that face-off against Catherine McConey. Whistle, timeout.
Yeah, I think we have a timeout
for
called
White.
by White. So yeah, the Sirens taking a timeout here. Brisbane, what a comeback here. They were down 2-0 coming into this period, and all of a sudden, with 3 minutes to go in this game, the Sirens are chasing this one. So we'll see it here. Let's have a look. Here's the first one. The rebound pops up to Dixon, who just has a go and puts it in. That was the first one. The barn came alive. Here's the next one. There was another chance of a rebound, just gets turned on. That one was by Crompton. And surprise, surprise, a third rebound given up here. Withridge drives, and Killinick scores. 3:23 to go in this game. And Withridge, who's played so incredibly here tonight, only 3 goals given up on 41 shots on target, 38 saves for her here. And she'd given up a couple rebounds, but for the most part here tonight has been really good about containing those rebounds. It's just Brisbane dove on 3 of them here in this third period, and all of a sudden they're back in front at a very, very important time.
Ma kept that out, popped it back out of the zone, and she's trying to redirect it back to Kate Sinclair. Kate Sinclair sends it straight past for icing. And we will reset in the Lightning territory. Kayla Arthur will be ready for that.
So Sydney now with a draw in their attacking zone. They're going to hopefully for them look to set something up here. But 3 minutes, they don't need to rush. They've got the time to set up a position and look for a good shot, but they don't have the time to look for the perfect one. So they're going to have to cycle this puck, work a possession, and see what they can do here. 3 minutes to go.
Sirens won that face-off and are controlling that puck in Brisbane's zone. Pops out to Mayer, has to bring it out of the zone now. Mayer sending it across to Ma. Ma pokes it and tips it forward. Sirens still in control, trying to set up a play. Just goes past Brunt and into the corner to Amanda Dixon of the Lightning. Dixon trying to get away from Brunt, has Crompton to help. Lang, not who you want to see there, pops it out. And now, here we go, Lindsay Killinick with some speed against number 27. She's being tied up. That one floats over to Lakari. Lakari finally is able to stop that.
Lindsay Killinick playing 110% as she always does, creating an opportunity there by herself. We'll see it here on the replay. Skates in, almost beat the 2 defenders, but a great job there by the Sydney Sirens defender to just chop down on that stick and keep her from being able to score. 2:29 here to go, and Brisbane are just going to want to hold this puck as much as they can in this zone.
Crompton won that face-off. Now with York over to Payne, and Crompton still pressing that into the boards. Why not run that clock down if you can in Sydney territory? Comes out. Coming in is Lindsay Killenick. Lindsay Killenick pulls it away, and she still has it. LaPlante now sending it into the corner over to Witherich. Witherich behind the net, being kept out wide. Another save, and coming around the backside. Madison LaPlante pinching in, gets past her. We have York with the puck, and picked up again by Witherich, which Richards hit Arps, I think, with that puck, and it bounced across to the other defender of the Sirens. Brent takes a shot wide into the boards, bounces out far, back over to Arps on the other side. Arps is going for a change, another shot and a
what
save.
A save! Sydney fans, that might have been your chance. They created an incredible opportunity, and Arthur somehow got a save on it.
And here comes Mahoney, opportunity for Brown, stick down, and Lang sends that off of the boards up the other side to Kelly Costa to collect. Kelly Costa.
I hope in a second at the next break we get to see that save. There's a stick on the ground
there. Is that Lakari's stick?
And
yes.
She's got her stick back now. I hope we get a chance to see that because Kayla Arthurs just saved the game with that save.
She really did. Really quick work. She has very fast reflexes. Sinclair taking a little pass up to Mahoney. They've noticed that blocker side is a bit weak for Lakari. They keep aiming at it. It was the narrowest of gaps that Killenick was able to get in there for the last goal. And Killenick sending it back around to Costa. Costa,
we're under a minute to go here now.
Pops back up, and Costa's going to get there again. Very defensive play from Sydney at the moment. They need some offensive work. 43 seconds. Tipped off of the roof and whistled down.
But she just tried to dump it out. Not used to the low roof here in Boondall. And that dump is going to hit the roof, and that's going to be a break that goes the way of Brisbane because now 39.2 seconds to go. There's going to be a face-off here in the attacking zone for Brisbane.
Gatormson back on the ice now, ready to make something happen, I think.
So Sydney got to go the length of the ice. They got to win this draw and then make something happen with it. And Sirens, that is not it.
Sirens send it down. LaPlante's going for it. 32 seconds. Gatormson trying to get in the way. That one pops back out other direction. Arps from the Sirens, onto the backhand of McConey. Picked up now by Annie Fitzgerald. She's coming in, trying to get around Gatormson. She presses it into the corner. Lang with the puck. Lang has Crompton. Crompton trips, no call, and back up to Brunt. Brunt flips it past Mossman. 6 seconds remaining. Witherich shovels it back the other direction, and the Sirens are there. Back over to Mossman, and that will be the game. 3-2.
Comes alive. Brisbane Lightning. What a win. They immediately go to congratulate Kayla Arthurs. Let's see this save again. Wow. The Sydney Sirens almost took this one to overtime late. They created a great opportunity. Like we said, they needed to work the puck around. They found one at the back post, and Arthurs with an incredible save. Daylight robbery at the end, and Brisbane come away with the win here, make it 7 in a row, and what a way to do it.
41 shots to 31. Lightning came alive in the third period. So did the fans.
We saw a little half smile out of the face of Coach Meyer. That might have been the first one he's had all night. The goaltenders embrace at center ice. Guess what? We got to do it all again tomorrow night. If this wasn't enough for you guys, 3:45 tomorrow night right here in the same place. These two teams got to go at it again. And Brisbane with that win, for now at least, will hop the Melbourne Ice up into second place on the ladder. So Brisbane right now are the ones flying. And what a game that was. Brisbane, they weren't getting anything going in the first two periods. Sydney were winning all of the pucks in the middle. They were winning a lot of the garbage, the 50-50 stuff. And really, it was a case of that Brisbane just came alive at the right time. And momentum, we see it so much in this sport. Momentum is absolutely huge. They get the first one back. You get a bit of life into this building. Then the second one, all of a sudden, we're tied. And now Sydney are on the back foot. And then Brisbane, they find the third one late, and at that point, it's almost curtains. But Sydney, credit to them, they didn't lie down when that third one is in. They realized they needed to get to work, and they did. And they created an incredible opportunity, and Kayla Arthurs is the hero tonight. She came up strong in the huge moment, and Brisbane comes away with a win. What a performance by all the players out on the ice tonight. It was an incredible game. And we hope to see you right back here tomorrow night. So once again, for Amy Hubble, I am Lachlan Eels. Thank you for everyone back in the studio. Thank you for the camera ops and everyone who made this possible. Your final score here tonight, Brisbane Lightning 3, the Sydney Sirens 2. We'll be right back here tomorrow night.